Hey, kiddo. I just want to tell you a couple things. I am trying to invest myself in things that open doors for you. I really put a lot of thought into what are the most exciting, meaningful things that a person can be involved in. And I try to get involved in those things now in a way that plants seeds for you in the future. Right now, some things like that are the horse world, also the circus arts, space exploration, and electronic music. I think that the horse world is fascinating for some obvious reasons. That connection between people and horses is something that a lot of people feel is very profound. It's a beautiful experience, and I want to open that door for you. We've already started to do that. And today I went and shoveled horse manure at a horse barn on Christmas Day, as a way to open that door for you to come with me to go to that barn. I'm sure we could go there anytime now, and be involved in that world, which is a whole world to explore. Also, the circus arts. I hope that I remember to tell you the story of my trip to San Francisco and living there for 6 months. And right before I left, I was involved in something called Teatro Zinzani, and it was the most incredible restaurant dinner theater show that I've ever been involved in. But I wasn't involved for very long because I left to come back to Buffalo to produce musical theater with my family. That was in 2003, I believe. And Teatro Zinzani's was a combination of amazing dinner. It was in a circus tent from Europe, and it was on the waterfront in San Francisco. And it was a combination, a show that combined the characters from circus, restaurant, and a musical. And it was sort of a backstage, had a backstage feel to it where people stayed in character and came out, and you were sort of involved in the show as it progressed. And that was incredible. The talent was amazing. The personalities were so entertaining. Everything was so beautiful. And I hated to leave. It broke my heart. And I've always dreamt of maybe creating something like that here. And that has not been easy. I've tried several times to create something like that, and it hasn't really worked out, at least not as I had hoped. Not as I had hoped. Uh, but there's some element of the circus arts here, and I'm thinking that might be an interesting world for you to explore, or for me to explore with you, maybe an interesting door to open. So I'm going to start to explore that a little bit. And luckily, there's actually some amazing elements of that here. Some of the most disciplined artists, some of the most disciplined dancers and professional performers are actually here in Buffalo, and that genre is picking up some momentum, and it's very easy to access, just like the horse world. So I'm going to start doing that. I've actually already been involved with those people, and they've met you, and you've actually had a great time going to some of those activities. So I'm going to explore that a little bit. And today I'm going to go see a movie with my parents on Christmas Day. Part of the reason I want to see this movie is because it's about the Barnum and Bailey Circus, the greatest show, I think it's called, or the greatest showman. And I'm hoping to get some inspiration along those lines from that. So, also, space exploration. I think that I can hardly imagine something more exciting to be involved in than human space exploration. So, there's several ways that I feel like a person can be involved in that around here. I'm trying to get involved in a few of those things. And one way is this job that I have right now as a recruiter for the manufacturing industry. And I'm sure I'll be telling you all about that. But the Northland Workforce Training Center, I feel like that's a milestone in human achievement. And it's a very powerful force that can actually open doors for humanity to the future, and help us rebuild our civilization and expand out into space. I really believe that about this, what I'm involved in. And part of my excitement about being involved in that, part of why I'm working so hard at it, is because I feel like this is genuinely and seriously a doorway for you to be involved in the exploration of space. And like I said, I can hardly think of anything more meaningful and exciting to be involved in. So I want to open that door and hold your hand and walk through it with you. And the fourth thing that I mentioned was EDM, or electronic dance music. It is a culture. It is, again, a whole world to explore. The people that I've met in the EDM genre have been the brightest, most beautiful, uh, most interesting people, kindest, most honest, and just very genuine people that I've met. The most beautiful people that I've met in the EDM culture. And there's something called PLUR, Plur, and I really believe in it. Peace, love, unity, and respect. And I believe in that because the few experiences that I've had exploring that culture, I've touched that. I felt it, and it really is alive in the people's hearts. There is a unity. There is a brotherhood or a fraternity. There's a family feeling to it, an element of that, of trust and good nature and love. PLUR. And that culture, luckily, is alive and well. And I would love to be involved in that. I am passionate about that music. I always have been. It's the only music that gives me chills the way it does, goosebumps. I've heard a handful of songs in my life that have been so beautiful to me that they actually made me nauseous. They were all electronic dance music songs. And so I really do genuinely like that music myself. The culture celebrates technology, so it has some connections to the other things that I'm involved in, like the future space exploration, future technology, all that techno. And so I want to stay connected to some of the people that I met. Luckily, I've been able to do that. I've already let them know that I want them to be able to meet my daughter, that I think they're inspiring people. And I want you to meet them someday. And I want to create events and activities that embrace the EDM culture. And you already love that music. You jump up and down and you dance to it. You bob your head in the car and you like the songs that I play. And we can enjoy that together. And I feel very lucky and fortunate that that I'm able to enjoy those things with you, and that you actually like that music, because I wouldn't want to force you into something that you don't actually enjoy. So I want to explore that with you too. So like I said, I'm going to try to get involved in things like this as a way to open these doors for you. Some of my experiences, they're not as fulfilling, but like I said, it's planting seeds. Some of them are kind of abstract. It's just bits and pieces. But as far as I can understand, the most interesting, the most meaningful, and the most exciting things to be involved in anywhere in the world, I feel like all the pieces are here. They really are. And I want to find those pieces, hold on to them, and bring them to you. And I only have so much time to be on this earth to do those things. But if I can bring those pieces closer and guide you, maybe you can find a way to put them together and hand that on to the future generations. Or maybe someday your children. I love you, Summer Rose.